What up, fish people? Kenny E with Danica Aquatics. Well, guys, I keep promise you some more update videos. So today I'm going to go over our living room Oscar tanks. That is going to be being rebuilt. So Danny stole some of my scaping out of it. I got to rescape them, and I think I'm going in another direction. Just got to figure out where all these guys are going to go. Anyway, that's what we'll be checking out today, or is this one. Now this tank's another one that's in rebuilding stage. I mean, it's rebuilt, don't get me wrong, but as you all remember, we had a bad case of the ick, wiped out all of our rainbows, blue carry tetras, most of our Ecobus cory cats, all of our Synodontis are gone, except for one. And then to name a few that we lost in here. So we are going to be restocking this now. We know we got the ick out finally. Another case where I should have quarantined and didn't. And I'll show you the culprits that brought us all to this tank as we get to the 150 over there. But I'll take you in here. That's one of our guys. We're going to get him some more friends. He's the last of the Mohicans. So we want to get some more pencil fish for them. Because it's not fair. See, he's trying to play with his reflection. Unfortunately, his reflection just does everything he does. He's in desperate need of some friends. Danny and I will most likely go out this weekend and probably have to get him some friends. Because they are a social animal. Then Danny has rescaped and put a lot of our plants in here. We got these beautiful crypts. Danny, will you come here and tell me what plants are as I'm doing this video? I know these crypts. I don't know what this beautiful green one is in the middle here. That is what it's called. Are you talking about the taller Taiwan looking thing? It is a Taiwan lily, nymphoides. Okay, there you go. Wish I could say I knew that, but y'all just heard it. And then in the back there, we got a bunch of our beautiful Italian val. Well, it's an Italian val mixed with a little jungle val. Then we got more of our crypts, which have most likely sprung from those. And then, of course, my wife's pink flamingos. And then I'm not sure what this big green leafy looking one is next to the pink flamingos. Danny? Danny's trying to sleep. I'm being a pill. I'll leave her alone. And then there's that real cool one with the small leaves up there. And we got some different Anubiuses. But yeah, she's got it scaped out nice. The only challenge with this tank is she's always got to be pulling this valve. She doesn't like anything in the front. So, and there's one of the other occupants. I have 6 of these guys in here. These are the African banded barbs. When they're flared up and ready to breed, man, do they get some amazing colors. And then also in this tank is a ginormous school of fish I got from Foxan, which are the Paleotis longfin Corydoras. And they are absolutely gorgeous. There's one of those guys again. Ain't he cool? But they only come out at night or when we are feeding. I should have dropped a little food in. Maybe I could do that for you guys because it don't take them long once they smell the blood in the water. And then, of course, I did take some of my better looking longfin albino bristlenose and put them in here. Some of the babies that really had the good finnage. Because currently the ones I have, oh, somebody's been picking on his finnage. Now I look at it, I wonder if the barbs are doing that. Then I've got another little one back there chilling on the leaf. I put like 4 or 5 of them in here. Because bristlenose, everybody says that they don't clean. I call BS. Every time I see these guys, they're munching on the algae. That's what he's doing. As you can see, we got some that is formed on this log. This side was full of it too. But these guys have done a good job of cleaning it up. And I can never find, there we go. We'll put a few of these in there. See if we can trigger some Paleotis to come out. This stuff always works good. Drawing them little Paleotis. And I might as well feed these guys too so we can get ultimate looks when we're here. Oh, you got a little piece of Daniken Kenny E's hairy ass fat leg. Hope you enjoyed it. So we'll give it a minute or two. While I'm waiting for them to come out, we'll go over here to this beautiful little bowl. Now this is probably one of my favorite. I spend many hours a week on this thing. But I should rename it the Foxy Fishes tank because 90% of what's in here came from Foxy Fishes. So in this tank we have the Kubatai Rasboras. And then we have some CPDs, as you can see that beautiful little guy right there. All compliments of Roxanne. And then right there you see the beautiful Blue Dream shrimp that I have put in here. Those all came from Foxanne as well. Cracks me up, I got 3 or 4 strains of Blue Dreams in this house. Some came from Foxanne, which are these. And I've got Lucas's Blue Dreams. And then I've got Aquaria Life's Blue Dreams. I guess the other ones aren't Blue Dreams or Blue Diamond, and I got those from the Garden to Eater. Danny and I love our shrimp. I don't know what it is about them. I mean, it got in our blood and we love it. Look at that. Aren't those CPDs amazing? But everything is thriving in here, enjoying life. We also have 2 ginormous Amano shrimp in here too, but I can never see them anymore. Ever since this grew out, I'm going to turn around slowly because we have ourselves some of the Paleotis starting to come out. I knew we'd lure them out. So these are the long fin Paleotis. Aren't they pretty? Put the food out and they come out in troves, man. They'll all be swarming here shortly. Just takes the first one to come out, then they all see he's not getting attacked, and they start swarming. Here they come. Just as I said it. Oh, I love this fish. And these are compliments of Foxanne. And they are doing very well. Which I'm thankful for, because like I said, I always butcher name, the Acubus, Coriodoris Acubus, or whatever. We lost every one of those. But all the Paleotis, it didn't even affect them. They seem to be doing fine. And we've actually, if you'll notice, I'll wait for a few of the smaller ones come out. But we got a bunch of little baby ones in here now too, which is cool. So they have been breeding for us. Haven't actively seen them throw in the eggs. One of these years, maybe I'll actually get serious about breeding them. But meantime, if you want some of these bad boys, look up Foxy's Fishes or Peplin Creek Aquatics. They did have a Get Gills in a few other places. Just look them, go to their YouTube channels, and I'm sure they got links for what they have available at the moment. I'll put it this way, guys. I've gotten a lot of fish from those guys, and I have not had any bad luck. All of their fish are super healthy. I've had some that were my fault that I've lost, but it was nothing that they did. It was more aggression. I had all their Star Sapphires, and I had their Borlei. The Borlei, I still have 3 of them. And the Star Sapphires, unfortunately, killed themselves off along with the convicts' help. So, but again, if you want quality fish, those guys are amazing. Great fish breeders, great fish keepers. So, and I'm not just saying that because they're friends of mine. It's because I've got a whole house full of their fish that I've had nothing but good luck. Oh, look at how flared up they're getting. Anyway, guys, I didn't mean to turn this into a 9.5 video on the 110. Still got other places to be. We'll show you this for a couple more minutes, and then I'll take you to the 150. But this tank is just stunning. Look at the blues in these Blue Dreams, man. Now, I have been noticing we got baby shrimp in here, which I did not expect to see, but there is lots of coverage in here. So the baby shrimp got lots of hides, because I would be afraid that the CPDs would munch on them. I think these cubitais would as well. I'm trying to get you the right angle. It's the only bad thing about the cubitais that I've yet to see a camera that does them justice. You can see a little bit of the flaring of the greens in them, but it's not nearly as stunning as it is sitting here in person. But Danny's done a great job with this. We did add another piece of wood, and I think that was the element we needed to just give it that ultimate plushy look. The only problem with it, it also gives a mono shrimp and a couple other things we like to see from time to time a great place to hide. But that is our bowl. And now taking you over here, this is the 150. And this is another tank that, I'll tell you the story what happened. So these are the culprits that gave all my tanks the ick. They were perfectly healthy. So I felt confident to put them into that 110 we just left. And I noticed that my rainbows were starting to look stressed out. So I freaked out and threw these guys in this tank because I thought they were picking on my rainbows. And come to find out it was they were carrying ick. So they wiped out every rainbow in that tank over there, which were all a bunch of beautiful orange type Bosmanis. And they wiped out all my Cary Blue Tetras, to name a few. So when they made it to this tank with the same ick, they wiped out all the beautiful, I forget the strain of rainbow, but they were the beautiful red ones with the black stripes, gorgeous, gorgeous rainbows. Wiped all those out, and then I had my super rare Hybricicon Melanitichos Tetras in here. It wiped out every Tetra. It also took out couple of our corridors. We had some red laser or orange lasers in here. Lost a couple of those, but end of the day, I'm just saying this to you folks so you can see at the end of the day, yes, bad things happen, but I'm happy with what's left. Everybody's happy, healthy, and we're at the point now where we can probably introduce some more fish in here as well. However, we will have a stringent quarantine process for it. We're not going to take any more chances. Now that little guy is my surprise cichlid from the Triple Crown. As you can see, he never grew any bigger, so I still am just as clueless as I was the day I got him. I've heard people say they think it's a hybrid. I've heard all kinds of things, but shape-wise, I thought at first it was going to maybe be an eye biter or maybe even a dove eye. But he has not grown. I mean, he is a small cichlid. See, there's my pinky, guys, to give you a size. He is not that big. If you're watching this video and you have an idea what that cichlid might be, by all means, drop a comment and let me know what your guess is, because I have no clue. I've looked in my axle rod book and a couple other things, and I just have no clue what this could be. I'm starting to believe it could be a hybrid as well, but he had a little female mate with him, but unfortunately she got whacked. And this is what we have. There's my beautiful longfin Rosy Barb. He's getting quite old now. I got him from Jesse, HC Aqua. I miss that guy. But the reason I wanted these, Danny and I were breeding these things in Hawaii. And we had a bunch of them that we turned loose right before we left. Didn't turn them loose I should say, we took them to the pet stores. And I'm almost certain this is probably still part of our strain because it's got the bright red and the super black fins. I mean, it looks like what we were doing back then. So Jesse was telling me about them, and I had him send me a group of them, and that was about 4 years ago. And this is the last guy left. I got a couple of breeds out of them. but they are probably might even mess with them down the road. I really like them. Then we got the giant blue gourami in there, Congo tetras, the red-eyed African tetras. And then this is where I have some of my group of leopard frogs, which I did end up losing a couple of them, but we still got 6 in here, and I've got 2 in the tank in the other room that were from another batch. And I plan to put them all together here. Probably, I might even work on it this weekend. Problem is, I don't know if I really want to. Danny did such a nice job rescaping and doing everything so perfect in this tank. I'd almost feel guilty messing with it. But that's that. And then right there, guys, is the. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because these are going to change. These fish are. Some of them are going to be going into the 300. And then the rest of them will probably end up in another 135 downstairs. Danny and I got a major project with these 2 tanks. When I say reset, we're talking massive reset. We're going to see if we can still use these tanks. The fronts of the glass over the years, I mean, these are old tanks, man. They've been up now for probably close to 15 years. So one side of me wants to scrap them, get 2 brand new 135s and put them in here. I might even, because I think the 135 and the 180s have about the same platform. I think the 180s are a little wider, so I'd have to see if I can modify back there to do it. But if I can, I'll keep them 135. But in here we have our beautiful Moda, and then we have that Vieja. That Vieja is a killer. He has created more havoc for me in this tank than anybody else, but he is a gorgeous boy. And this is not a small fish, guys, to give you an idea. I mean, if you've ever shook my hand, I've got very good big hands. But he is a monster. I should say she is a monster, but absolutely amazing. And then we got the giant 2-foot plecos. And then I've got this guy, which he's a type of Leporanus, and I've heard clown, I've heard all kinds. They're super rare. Everybody that sees it freaks out. He's going to be destined for the 300. I think he'll get some. He'd actually do very well in there. Then, of course, I've got the red-eyed Oscar, who's got the crystals in his eyes. He is a pill, too. He is always cranky and mean to everybody. And that beautiful little Jag, she's probably going to head for the 300 as well, along with that Decorus right there. And again, everything in here is not small, guys. They're ginormous. I mean, these are like going to fill the frying pan big, you know. And that Decorus is probably closing in on 14, 15 inches long. Then I've got a male convict in here. He holds his own. And then I've got these beautiful guys. These are the Heroes Lipifers. They're the only mouth-brooding Sevrum in the world. And these poor little guys, they're old as well. They've gotten up in age. That guy's gone blind. I never got a brew out of them. I just got them up to breeding size. And we had a couple things go wrong over the years with this tank. But they're still around. I'm not sure where they're going to... I don't want to put them in the 300. I want them to live out the rest of their lives peacefully, so I'll have to figure out a tank for them. Because, as you can see, they're cowering back here. These guys are too aggressive for them. They might go down in the tank with my other Oscar and special needs Paratilapia. Down there, everybody kind of chills and doesn't pick on anyone. Then this tank, I have a bunch of Decorus that I got at the Triple Crown as well. I think I'll throw a little food in that so you guys can see them, so they'll come out. Danny, are you somewhere close? No, why? Never mind. We'll put a little of these pellets in here. Now, just tease them enough to get them out because they'll get some brine later. Just enough to get hopefully a couple of the Decorus to come out for you guys. But this tank is probably going to be the future home of Chaka the Fahaka. He's a very needy fish, and we want to get him up here where he can see us every day. I'm probably going to change the sand out because this is made for high pH It's for African cichlid. I don't know though. You know what? I'm kind of torn because Danny and I also have a little tank that we started in the other room there that has a bunch of the little Julies in it. And then I would like to put some kind of a shell dweller in with the Julies. I'm not sure if I want to. I think I'll put the punks because they're so much prettier, but I'm probably going to put a small school of punks in here.
I would. They get your big Julies.
And then get the Julia Croimus in here as well. And this time I'm just going to stick with the Julia Croimus because the Leilupes and the fairy cichlids are just so much more dominant. The only other thing I might put in with them, because Danny and I love them, is probably a black Calvis or some kind of Compressicep. They, generally speaking, aren't too bad with other fish. But we'll see.
They would eat the baby Julies.
Oh, Danny's yelling at me, they'll eat the baby Julies. So anyway, that, guys, is our living room. And it's going to be getting a bunch of new stuff. There goes Danny, probably taking off for Pokemon. Because she knows I'll be streaming soon for our Friday Night Lights.
I'm going to Voodoo.
For what?
What do I get at Voodoo?
She's going to Voodoo Donuts. I almost forgot to tell you about these guys. These are my Borley. I have a male and 2 females. One side of me wants to keep this tank for them, but I don't know. I think those guys would do just as good in a 55, which I have one of those open at the moment. And then we could make this, which is already set up nicely for the Julies. So anyway, guys, that's that. As always, love your fish. This is Kenny E with Danica Aquatics. Check it out for now. You guys have a great night. Thanks for watching.